Patrick S. Tomlinson bravely ventured forth into the X sphere to own the chuds. And he says this: the Dow has dropped 2,800 points in 2 days. Quoting Donald J. Trump, who says, if the Dow drops more than 1,000 points in 2 days, the president should be impeached immediately. Patrick S. Tomlinson thought that he got an epic own against Donald J. Trump. The issue is that the post he's circulating is an actual forgery, and it was never actually tweeted, so he got community noted. No, Trump didn't post that the president should be impeached and the Dow drops 1,000 points. The screenshot is fake and has been circulated for years. So, unfortunately for our boy, he has been epically owned by Elon's systems. Isn't that tragic? But maybe, Stalker Child, you're wrong. Somebody could have a better birthday. In fact, it is my birthday, Stalker Child. How old is he? How old is he? It doesn't even say how old he is. How old is Patrick? I thought it would be in the post. Oh, 45th. Dude, I have like deer blindness. I can see everything in every direction, every little branch snapping, every blade of grass tousled, but the shit right in front of my face hitting me like a car. I can't see it. 45th birthday for Patrick S. Tomlinson Child. I think this guy went through his Twitter timeline to tally up what he's been doing. So this is his birthday, and he is on the zitter, seething, as he does. I'm going to preload all these images so I can scan through them the next time around. Thankfully, the site is working. Oh my god, there's so many images. This are all tweets. Every single one of these is a screenshot of tweets that he has made yelling at his haters. You're never going to see daylight. This is him on his birthday. You're never going to see daylight again, Stalker. Was it worth it? Enjoy prison. I have never been without a job, Stalker. Not for a single day. These are your delusions again. Enjoy prison. You chose how this ended for you a long time ago, Stalker. Enjoy prison. You're only getting worse, Stalker. Enjoy prison. Wrong as always, Stalker. Enjoy prison. Your life concludes now with a cage, Stalker. Enjoy prison. Which apparently adds up to 330 enjoy prisons since April 1st, I believe. And then in the last 2 weeks, or the last 2 weeks of March, he put out another 247 enjoy prisons. Most of these are copy paste, I think. It's hard to tell. A lot of these posts look like copy paste, but then every so often he has a message that has a typo in it, and it's like, holy shit, he writes these out every single time. Mustangs are not an entry-level small car and are still being produced, Stalker. This is why your life is already over. Enjoy prison. Guilty. Mustangs are not entry-level sports cars. Bang, bang, bang. And by the way, I had a friend. He was a car person. And he liked Wigger cars. He liked souping up old cars. He liked ricing shitty, economy cars. And this guy, for the time that I knew him, every single time we were driving somewhere and he saw a Mustang on the road, he would point at that Mustang and say, look at that shitty Mustang. He hated Mustangs with every fiber of his being. And he would make fun of them because, when you step on the gas in a Mustang, the engine goes, but it doesn't go anywhere. That's the sad thing. Is the engine and the going forward are supposed to be proportional in terms of sound and speed. But when the Mustang, and then you're like, you're rolling alongside the Honda Civic and they're not really going anywhere fast. So he would always, if he saw that, he would say, oh my God, look at that car. All noise, no muscle, he would say. Constantly making fun of the Mustang, chat. And then the last time I spoke to him many years ago, he said that he had bought a Mustang. And he said, actually, they're not so bad anymore. I'm like, you piece of shit. I had to hear how much you hated Mustangs for 3 years, every day. And then you go out and you buy a Mustang. A traitor, I know. You betrayal. You betrayed me. Everybody in my life has betrayed me, chat. What is with that? What have I done to be Judas on such a regular basis? Let's see. 4,876 enjoy prisons. That's his total running talent. I guess for the year? I don't know. I don't know how long it's been going back. The childing report. So this is 37 child. He's calmed down on his childing, I think. No, child, they did exactly none of those things. Hush now, adults are speaking. No, child, it wasn't. No, child, he wasn't. You are the product, child. That's not how anything works, child. I only trigger at the range, child. You've already been dismissed. I perform on a stage, child. This isn't one. Go pay Uncle Ilan another $11 or whatever he's charging you losers this month so he can keep pretending to be important. No, child, it didn't happen. No, Doge did not find a solitary penny of fraud. You are an idiot. Garcia escaped El Salvador as a child. He is not and was never a gang member. You, however, are a Nazi. Excellent. So, I think Bossman Jackson. I gotta be real with you. I think that our boy Bossman is having a better birthday. Is he what's his handle again? Stealthy Geek. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna check this real quick. I'm gonna see if he's active on Zitter as we speak, chat. As we speak, as the stream is ongoing. Do I have any account that's not blocked by him is the question. Actually, you can see tweets if you're blocked. From Stealthy Geek. Latest. 1 hour ago, the Supreme Court disagrees, Nazis. An American citizen has been jailed by ICE. His mother produced his birth certificate and social security card to the court, and the judge agreed they were genuine, agreed he is a U.S. citizen, agreed the detainment is unlawful, and does not have jurisdiction to order his release. Sorry for her daughter's death, but this is racist as this woman is trash. My name is not Jen Stalker. Jennifer is her own person, living her own life, something no longer available to you due to your obsessive crimes against my family. This is why your life is already over. Enjoy prison. You chose to conclude your life with a cage long ago, Stalker. Enjoy prison. This is why your life is already over, Dan. Enjoy prison. Excellent. This is all from the last 2 hours. Oh my God, he had posts 5 hours ago. So it was, what, like, I can't do math. 7 a.m. He woke up 7 a.m. on his own birthday and decided, no, child, would be how he spends it. Yeah, send the stalker children to a maximum detainment facility in El Salvador. That's exactly right. That's a good idea. Okay, so this requires some backstory. I've been avoiding. I've been not really avoiding this. It's just kind of like a slow burn. But a while ago, an A-log of Patrick S. Tomlinson contacted an artist, or left a negative review for an artist named Jackie. Not to be confused with Jackie Singh, but Jackie the black person, Black Jackie. I think they also call her Better Jackie, or Best Jackie, to distinguish her from the Poo Jackie, who stinks and smells like poo and has the hands the size of catcher mitts. Jackie did not appreciate this negative review and looked up the Patrick S. Tomlinson, author of this review, and determined that this person was a white man, a straight white man, who also wrote science fiction. And getting a negative review from a white author was offensive to her because she is a black queen and white men have no reason to speak to her whatsoever unless to give her money or reparations. So, after seeing this negative review, she took to her B Sky account to skeet out to the world about how she was being harassed by this disgusting white Nazi pig who thinks that he's a better author than her, despite the fact that she is melanated and thus superior to him in every way. Patrick then immediately started to grovel to her, saying that it was a troll who left her a negative comment, not him. And that he also info dumped her the entire 10-year history of the cyber stalking neo-Nazi hate mob that has organized around him to terrorize his family into the grave. Jackie, of course, hears this story and thinks, what a load of bullshit. This idiot thinks that he has like an entire secret society after him. That's obvious bullshit. So she says, you, Patrick S. Tomlinson Charles is a BULLSHIT. New words. ARTIST. And then she asked him, was that spell? Bullshit artist. I say again, bullshit artist. And Patrick desperately tried to scramble and apologize to her and make sure she knew. No, it's true. It's all true. I am being cyberstalked by neo-Nazis. They hate me. However, once this interaction made its way to the past, they began to inflame tensions by making fun of her, of course, in a pro-Patrick way, which already overloaded by all this information. Jackie was unable to process why Patrick S. Tomlinson Child was profusely apologizing for his review that he says he did not write. And also she was getting all these supportive comments for Patrick, saying that she had no business writing anything at all. Now, obviously, she took the Occam's razor approach to this and said that Patrick was simply afraid of her and afraid of getting canceled, but was a genuine racist supported by thousands of neo-Nazi racists who were pouring into her comments and leaving her negative book reviews. So, she has taken up a personal crusade backed by thousands of people on the B-Sky against this horrific racist known as Patrick S. Tomlinson. And here she says here, in fear for her life, if I am an unalived, honey, it's 2025. We don't have to say unalived anymore. It was Patrick S. Tomlinson or one of his ball washers. Please save this thread. So this is her last fanatical, desperate cry as the waves and tides of racism from the Patrick S. Tomlinson sphere crash upon her, putting her in fear for her life, not from the stalker children, but from Patrick himself. She says, if I was killed, it was Patrick. Which obviously is not necessarily the look that Patrick is going for. And as a result of this, he has been blocked on Twitter 900 plus times. It's almost up to 1,000 now. Blocklists in Blue Sky are public because they are federated, like kind of federated. So he's been blocked by Tinkerbell the Rescue Cat, a strong black woman, Mathia Moore, Cameron Monroe, Missy, Sally, K for Equality, Rich F stands with Judge Hannah Dugan. Awesome name, Hippie Kiss. So these people not big fans of Patrick. Now he's not taking this sitting down. He is still desperately trying to control the narrative, this time by childing all of his stalkers. In the time since the last tally here, May 16th to May 1st, he has said, enjoy prison. How many times? Like 94 times? 192 times in the last 16 days, the first of 16 days of the month. Read a couple here, remind people what this sounds like. Again, he's posted messages like this 192 times just the first half of this month. No, stalker, there wasn't. There were shots fired in the Zyder building. Your big threats against Riverside and Miller Park remain on the books. However, enjoy prison. That's one of your many delusions again, stalker. This is why your life is already over. Enjoy prison. I don't have any racism to protest, stalker. You do. Enjoy prison. My name isn't Rick, stalker. That is why your life is already over. Enjoy prison. So, he's trying to rein things in. You don't have a daughter, stalker. Enjoy prison. I'm trying to think of a context in which that sentence would make sense. It's maybe like a prosecuting attorney. This guy's like kidnapped the little girl, and he's like, "No, really, you have to understand, she's my daughter." And he's like, "No, you have no daughter, stalker. Enjoy prison." That would be the only context in which that would make sense. Any other context except that one is inappropriate. Let's see. Only 68 childings? I think he cooled off on the childing because people kept making fun of him. Enjoy prison, he's sticking his guns to you, though. Okay. There isn't a debate, child. You are just factually wrong. Google the Southern Strategy, child. Google the USS Liberty, child. That's correct, child. We didn't care where the traitors came from when they tried to steal our democracy. They were all given due process. You're just really stupid and should never speak again about anything. Delete your account, child. From the IRS, child. The IRS agents who were fired specifically works for tax delinquent multimillionaires and billionaires, child. You know, the people who bought Trump. I like this one for its simplicity. Wrong yet again, child. Only 60. Oh, he's busy because he's losing his lawsuit. I thought his lawsuit was going well. I thought he got past all the bullshit first level hurdles in his case. I haven't been following that too closely, but the last things I heard about that were positive developments for our boy Rick. Not necessarily everybody he dislikes going to prison level, but pretty good for him. I think there's another thing. There is. Oh, this. Oh my God. How could I forget about this? Get this. Patrick S. Tomlinson said something nice about the Kiwi Farms. You ready? Virtually Leslie, and this looks like it's on a skeet on Blue Sky, says, he always claims, without a shred of proof, his swatters are on ONA, and if you say it could be someone from Kiwi or somewhere else, he refuses to acknowledge it. He's protecting Kiwi Farms, but why? And why were he and his staunch defenders on ONA? So this is Virtually Leslie. I think Virtually Leslie is probably... And this is probably trying to figure out why Patrick redirects all of his contempt onto ONA and not the Kiwi Farms. Now, because they're disgusting, hate the Kiwi Farms and expect that more hate be dumped on them than on any other forum like ONA, because ONA is like mostly Patrick related. They have like their own sphere. So Patrick responds to this and says, our swatters are ONA, Leslie. They have bragged about it. I have never been on ONA. How do you know then? That's such bullshit. I've never been on ONA, and neither have any of my supporters, Leslie. Kiwi Farms is among the worst collection of inhuman monsters on the lowercase I internet. And the day Joshua Moon is finally arrested and the site shut down permanently will be a victory for all of humanity. But they are not responsible for swatting us. You're just lying. So he does call us inhuman monsters, and he does not specify which internet we're inhuman monsters on. But he does say that we're not responsible for swatting him, which is a positive development because we're not. So I mean, I don't know. Every time I say something about how ONA is so flippant with how they like ONA gets away with shit because they just focus on Patrick. If they had a bigger sphere, they would eat a lot more shit. But because they're so hyper focused on Patrick, they can get away with a lot more garbage than the forum does. But I don't know. I've seen some pretty suspect posts on ONA. If I say that, I get yelled at. Cool. I hope Pat is doing well. Yeah, I don't believe for a second he hasn't gone on the forum. Like, how would you know about the post? He says I've never been on ONA, but they have bragged about it on ONA. Like, are you peering through like a scrying glass to see these posts? What are you doing? To somehow access this? Maybe he's never been physically. Maybe he's trying to say he doesn't have an account on that forum, but it's obviously a lie that he's been there.